Good afternoon. I think all of us in here can relate to Revolut. Everyone knows who Revolut is, a company that won a huge share in the market in a very short time span by focusing on one thing, allowing retail customers to onboard themselves and then have a back office system that collects the data, checks the risk, checks the documents, and opens an account for their low-risk customers with no human intervention. What we're going to show you today is the exact same thing, but for corporates, for B2B relationships, for onboarding of suppliers, merchants, the complex process and never-ending communication to onboard corporate structures. The system in question is KYC Portal, a system that focuses on automating as much as possible the operational side of KYC and due diligence, what usually is done manually by a team of human beings, catering for the end-to-end lifetime, we call it, process of due diligence from onboarding to ongoing. And today we'll be launching a new module called the Customer Outreach Tool. Let's start with KYC Portal. So one of the most important aspects in KYC Portal is the configuration engine. As Alexandra's showing on screen, KYC Portal allows your compliance teams to be able to create, tweak, change, define the entire regulatory process, not only at organization level, but at product level, at service level. A system that allows the compliance team to set the risk-based approach, the definition of what is collected in forms, setting of documents with enhanced intelligence, questionnaires, forms, but most importantly, workflows. A module that allows the compliance team to streamline whatever happens with applications, which applications can be automated to open an account, which ones can be moved to escalation, what happens throughout the entire lifetime of the actual onboarding process. One of the most important features that we're today on the stage launching is what we're calling the Customer Outreach Tool, a system that allows the organization to give access to your customers, be it retail or corporate structures. In this example, we're going to focus on corporates, to onboard themselves. So in this case, the system works with what we call a guided KYC process, a simple 4-step approach, irrespective of how complex your onboarding process is. The system, in this case, focusing on onboarding a company, presents the user with the first step, which is the application, the form data. The data that you're seeing is all configured dynamically from KYC Portal. So if there are any changes in regulatory requirements, in internal policies, the system allows the compliance teams to tweak it in real time, applying it to all the customers through COT, through the Customer Outreach Tool. Which fields, when being inputted by the customer, the system in real time is calculating the risk that is also configured based on your KYCP configuration. Which risk is also changing the contents of the next 3 steps based on enhanced due diligence, avoiding the toing and froing with customers. Moving to the next step, documents. Again, the system presents a dynamic list of documents based on the risk, based on the type of entity. The system allows the customer to upload documents, insert metadata, such as expire date. However, if any ID documents are being uploaded, the system is also in real time extracting the biometrics off the face in the ID photo. Next in line is the forms, the famous source of wealth, source of funds, KYC forms. The system allows you to digitize all the forms required, presents them to the user. The nice thing about this is that whilst they are being filled in, the system is again associating risk based on the answers being given. So also avoiding the hassle of having a human being check all the forms coming in from customers to be able to assess the validity of the customer. Last but not least is the related parties. In this module, the system allows the client to add involved UBOs, directors, shareholders, practically the entire structure of the company. Irrespective of the complexity of the structure, the system always presents the client with a 4-step guided KYC approach, a UX that has been focused a lot on helping customers in using this interface, irrespective of the complexity. In this case, the system will always show the client at the very bottom, like Alexandra's showing, the structure of the company that I'm creating and guiding me throughout the process. Another very important factor is the client communication channel. So in the system, it allows the organization to have an instant audited chat with the customer, fully audited and linked with the application in KYC Portal, throughout which you can also start an audio call, fully recorded with playback, allowing you to centralize all the communication channel with customers throughout onboarding stages, and also, very importantly, the face-to-face. A video conferencing engine embedded with tamper-proof security, allowing you to have a face-to-face meeting with the client, throughout which the system also extracts the biometrics of the person you're speaking with and compares them to the biometrics we extracted from step 2, the uploading of ID documents, adding to the verification process of onboarding customers. In this system, it also, once the client submits, the application within COT, everything is passed on to KYCP, to the organization, to which you can then link workflows to automate the process of what happens with the application, whether it should pass on for further approval, whether it's escalated, or everything is fine. This module also opens up room for clients who have multiple relationships with the company, such as, in this case, I have an application which I submitted in the past, on which I can actually request changes. I have new directors, new shareholders, instantly alerting the teams in the back office to be able to start working on the respective changes. Also, should you wish, you can open the ability for a client to apply for new businesses without any human intervention. This module is not only used for onboarding, but also for reviews. So when the review of a corporate structure arrives, from KYCP, you define what you need to do, which documents need to be updated, and then the client receives an instant alert within the guided KYC process, just highlighting what needs to be done on a regular basis, instantly guiding them to the step or to the entity on which they have to work. Thank you very much. This is KYC Portal. Cheers.